Therefore Bezaleel and Aholiab, and each wise man to whom the Lord gave wisdom and understanding, that they know how to work craftily, made things that were needful into the uses of the sanctuary, and which the Lord commanded to be made. And when Moses had called them, and each learned man to whom the Lord had given wisdom and knowing, and the which proffered themselves by their own free will to make the work, Moses betook to them all the gifts of the sons of Israel. And when they were busy in the work each day, the people offered their vows early. Wherefore the workmen were compelled to come. And they said to Moses, the people offereth more than is needful. Therefore Moses commanded to be cried by the voice of a crier. Neither man or woman offer more anything in the work of the sanctuary. And so it was ceased from gifts to be offered. For the things offered sufficed, and were overabundant. And all the wise men in heart, to fulfill the work of the tabernacle, made 10 curtains of bys folded again, and of jacinth, and of purple, and of red silk twice dyed, by diverse work, and by craft of many colors, of which curtains one had in length 28 cubits, and 4 cubits in breadth. One measure was of all the curtains. And he joined 5 curtains one to another, and he coupled other 5 to themselves together. And he made eyelets of jacinth in the hem of one curtain on every other side, and in like manner in the hem of the t'other curtain, that the eyelets shall come together against themselves, and they shall be joined together. Wherefore he melted out also 50 golden rings, that shall hold the eyelets of the curtains. And so one tabernacle was made. He made also 11 seahs of the hair of goats, to cover the roof of the tabernacle. One seah had 30 cubits in length, 4 cubits in breadth. All the seahs were of one measure, of which seahs he joined 5 by themselves, and 6 others by themselves. And he made 50 eyelets in the hem of one seah, and 50 in the hem of the t'other seah, that those should be joined to themselves together. And he made 50 buckles of brass, by which the roof was fastened together, that one covering were made of all the seahs. He made also a covering of the tabernacle of the skins of rams, made red, and another veil above, and of the skins of jacinth. He made also standing boards of the tabernacle of the wood of shittim. The length of one board was 10 cubits, and the breadth held 1 cubit and a half. 2 indentings were by each hand, that the one should be joined to the t'other. So he made in all the boards of the tabernacle, of which boards 20 were at midday, 20 were at the midday coast against the south, with 40 bases of silver. 2 bases were set under one board on every either side of the corners, where the indentings of the sides were ended in the corners. And at the coast of the tabernacle that beholdeth to the north, he made 20 boards, with 40 bases of silver, 2 bases by each board. Forsooth against the west he made 6 boards, and 20 other boards by each corner of the tabernacle behind, which were joined from beneath till to above, and were borne into one jointing altogether. So he made on either part by the corners, that they were 8 boards altogether. And they had 16 bases of silver, that is, 2 bases under each board. He made also bars of the wood of shittim, 5 bars to hold together the boards of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 other bars to shape together the boards of the t'other side. And without these, he made 5 other bars for the boards of the west coast of the tabernacle against the sea. He made also another bar that should come by the middle boards, from corner to corner. Forsooth, he overgilded the walls made of the boards, and he melted out the silver in bases, and he made the golden rings by which the bars might be brought in, and he covered those same bars with golden plates. He made also a veil diverse and parted, of jacinth, of purple, and red silk twice dyed, and bys folded again, by the work of embroidery. He made also 4 pillars of the wood of shittim, which pillars with the hooks be over gilded, and he melted out their silver in bases. He made also in the entering of the tabernacle a curtain of jacinth and purple and red silk twice dyed and bits folded again by the work of embroidery. And he made 5 pillars with their hooks, which he covered with gold, and he melted out their brazen bases and their holdings, which he covered with gold.